loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're highly welcome. My name is Juliet, and today's video I'll be creating this makeup look I have on. The eye look is actually inspired by makeup artist on IG. I'm not sure she's a makeup artist, but she does makeup regularly. So I saw the eye look and I was inspired to recreate it. So guys, without wasting much time, let's jump into the video. So to create this eye look, I'll be using the J Cosmetics Yesy palette. You guys, if you haven't seen the reviews on this brand, the eyeshadow is highly pigmented. You should get your hands on it. I'll leave their IG handle in the description box down below. So to start off, I'm taking that orange shade. This is going to be my transition color. I'm going to apply this above my crease and also in my crease area. I always like to go in with a shade that has a bit of orange because it just prepares the canvas for other shades to be applied on. So I'm going to start off with this and blend it all over my crease and transition area before I move on to the next shade. So next, going back into the palette, I'm picking up that burnt orange shade. Well, it's in between a brown and an orange shade anyway. So I'm picking this on a pencil brush to apply all over my crease area. So I'm first going to concentrate the color on my crease before I go ahead to blend it out, just because I want the color to be really pronounced all over my crease area. So once I'm done applying the shade with a pencil brush, I'm going to pick up more of the shade and go ahead to blend it out with a small tip hard blending brush. I always like to go back in with the shade I used in my transition area. This will just make for an effortless blending. Nothing looks so harsh. So sometimes I pick it up with more products on it, or I just go in with the brush without any product. So guys, I'm going back in with the same shade on that same pencil brush, and I'm going to push this in. I'm applying this on the outer view of my eyes, and I'm going to push it in towards my lid area. So once I'm done applying that shade all over the outer view of my eyes, it is time to cut the crease, guys. So I'm going in with my trusted flat brush. I always like to go in with this brush when cutting my crease. For concealer, I'm using the L.A Girl concealer in the shade medium beige. So this was a little bit too yellow. It wasn't the shade I wanted, considering I wanted to go in with a light matte shade. So after cutting the crease with this shade, I proceeded to clean it off, and then I applied my L.A Girl. Sorry guys. I applied my Colourpop No Filter concealer in this shade medium 34. So to fill in my lids, I'm picking up that cream shade from the Yesy palette, and I'm going to apply this with a flat brush all over my lid area where I applied the concealer. So next guys, I'm going back into that same brown shade I applied all over my crease area. Now I'm going to blend this in the outer corner of my eyes, going into the shade I applied on my lid area, just because that area looks very harsh. So we want to blend in that shadow to make everything look well symmetrical. Not symmetrical, I don't know why I've been saying symmetrical for a while now, but basically just to make it look more softer and less harsh. So I'm also going to take that shade onto the waterline, onto my lash area. Basically I'm using it to line my lash line, as you guys can see in this video. So guys, picking up another pencil brush, I'm also applying the matte black shade in the palette. That is the darkest shade. And I already said it was black, so black is obviously the darkest shade in the palette. So I'm also applying this all over my lash line area. So basically I'm using it to line my lash line. So next guys, I'm going to prime my lashes for the false lashes, and I'm going in with my Zaron Lengthening mascara. So I always like to apply the products all over my lash area before I go ahead to start blending it out with a brush. So next I'm just applying my lashes. So guys, how do you apply your lashes? Do you use your hands or do you use your fingers? For me, it just depends. Sometimes it's a struggle to apply lashes, to be honest, and sometimes everything just goes smoothly. So next guys, it's time for the face. And I'm going in with my black Radiance True Complexion primer. I'm trying to achieve a very matte face today. So you can see once I applied this primer, all the areas that were shiny before just went completely matte. So guys, as you can see, my face has been going through a lot lately. My face, especially the right area, the acne just keeps coming out in an angle or in a straight line. So basically, to spot concealer, I always like to go in with a darker shade of concealer, and basically I always use like the same shade I used to contour. I learned this from a friend, so this is what I'm going to use to spot conceal. And then when blending it out, you just want to make sure you are tapping and not dragging the product. If not, then you lose the purpose of what you're doing. So next guys, I'm moving on to foundation, and I'm using my L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shades C6. I always like to shake up this foundation first, and basically with all my foundation I try to shake them up before I use them. So I apply them at the back of my hands before I go ahead to apply it onto my face. Now I'm going in with the foundation brush to blend this out. This foundation brush reminds me so much of the Zaron foundation brush, just with how dense the brush is. But the only thing is that the Zaron one is much bigger. It has a wider surface area than this one. But in terms of how the brush is, the bristles are exactly the same. So right now I'm just tapping the foundation into my skin because I don't want to lose all the work I did while I was spot concealing. So you just keep tapping the product into your skin until you're done blending everything out. So next guys, it's time to conceal and highlight. And for that I'm using my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium Dark 42. So for this guys, I don't want an overly bright on the right, so I'm just going in with Medium Dark 42. Usually if I want to highlight a bit more, I'll usually go in with two concealers, one that is closest to my skin tone and one that is 2 or 3 shades lighter than myself. But for this I'm going just with a shade, 2 shades lighter than myself. Guys, like I always said, when going in to blend your concealer, you want to make sure you have something on your beauty blender so that you don't end up taking up from the product you've already deposited. And also guys, in case I didn't mention, I'm blending out this concealer with a damp beauty blender. You never want to go in with it dry. You never want to go in with dry beauty blender when blending out your products. Usually I've been enjoying cream contour lately. Usually I'm more of a powder contour, but in today's video I'm going ahead to cream contour, and I'm using my L.A Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Expresso. I'm going to apply this all over my cheekbone, my forehead, the bridge of my nose to give me that contoured look. So I'm going in with a pencil face brush. I'm not sure this is what this brush is called, but basically that's what I'm using to blend out the contour. So I'm going in again with a smaller pencil brush. I don't know, pencil brushes have been doing it for me lately. So I'm going ahead with this pencil brush to blend out the nose contour, and you can see how good of a job it's doing. So you always want to remember to blend in your contour into your eyebrows. So guys, I'm going in once more with my foundation brush just to make sure that everything is well blended in together. Although it does look well blended in, but you can never be too safe, so you just want to go in again and redo everywhere you've applied something different. So I'm going in to set my concealer, all the areas where I apply concealer, and I'm using my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I like this in all the setting powders I like. I don't know, I always keep coming back to this because the banana in it, not banana, but the yellowness of it, the warmness of the setting powder is just different from what I have in other products. So this is like my favorite setting powder. I'm going to get one that's, you know, beats it on hands down, but for now this is the one I like to use. So basically I'm just pressing the powder into my skin. We don't bake anymore, guys. We don't bake, except we're doing reverse contour, and even at that, it's already baking. Okay, so guys, after I'm done applying my setting powder, I'm going to go ahead to set all the areas where I apply contour. And for that, I'm using my Milani Mineralized compact pressed powder in the shade Warm. So I'm applying the powder in all the areas where I apply the cream contour, my forehead, my cheekbone, and my jawline. And I'm also going to use the same Milani powder to contour, to set my nose contour. So I'm going to go ahead to dust all the excess powder I used in baking. So guys, to set my face and melt off all this powder we've used, I'm going in with my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. So guys, now that we're done with our face, I'm moving back to my eye look. And now I'm picking up the shade we applied all over our crease, the brown shade, on a pencil brush, and I'm going to apply this all over my lower lash line. So now I'm going back in with the darkest shade I used all over my upper lash line, and I'm going to apply this also very close to my bottom lash line. This will just help define that area even better. Now to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, I'm picking up that pink. It's a very muted shimmer shade, but that's what I'm going to use to highlight the inner corners of my eye. So guys, to tighten my waterline, I'm going in with my Maybelline Colossal Kajal eyeliner. So next, I'm going in with my Zaron Lengthening Mascara to coat my bottom lashes with mascara. So guys, I'm going ahead to set my face one more time just because I'm about to apply highlighter, and I always like my face to be a little bit damp for the highlighter to pop a bit more. And for highlighter, I'm going in with the Shayla Colourpop highlighter in the shade Pose. And I'm going to apply this at the highest point of my cheeks, my forehead, very close to where the arc of my brow is, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin, just for that extra pop. So guys, next, to line my lips, I'm going to use my L.A Girl Lip liner in the shade Cafe, and I'm going to go in with the Zaron XOXO lip gloss in the shade Read My Lips. I really wanted something very simple, neutral, and comfortable, so basically I went in with a lip liner and lip gloss. So guys, this pretty much concludes this video. I'm just going to go off camera to work on my hair, and I'll be back to finish this video. Guys, can you see this eye look? I love it. This eye look is inspired by the way. I think I want to start a post whereby I start recreating makeup looks that I like. So anyway guys, this is the completed makeup look. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below to tell me what you love about this look. And so guys, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my video or my channel, and also click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.